If you want to talk about real estate, it goes back to my grandfather coming to California, and he bought a lot on 17th Street in San Francisco up on Twin Peaks. He had a grocery store. They didn't have any supermarkets back then. Safeways wasn't invented later, but they had a little grocery store at the bottom of the house, and they had a residence on top of it. What he did when he graduated from high school, he went to Toledo, Ohio at 17 and got a job pumping gas at a gas station. And one day when he was there, some fellow drove in there and said, "How would you like to come to California? I'm going to California." And my father, being an aggressive person like me, said, "Sure, I'm going to go." So he got in the car and they drove to San Diego. My father was a genius. He started out with nothing, literally, and he accomplished amazing things, and nothing scared him. The first real estate project they worked on was a couple of stores they built in San Mateo on 25th Avenue. One of the things they did then in that liquor store is they had a deli in there and they made sandwiches, and now every liquor store that has a deli makes sandwiches, but that was really a rare thing back in those days. They bought a lot down on 37th Avenue in San Mateo, and they built a few small stores down there too. There was no such thing as Silicon Valley back in those days, but we got a chance to meet some of these people like that, and it kind of evolved. One of his original clients was a fellow named William Hewlett, and he's better known now as the first part of Hewlett-Packard. And you probably remember the buildings we had on San Antonio Road. The instant replay was invented there. You know, the thing that's big thing on the reason why they have NFL games 7 days a week now, because everybody wants to see the instant replay. That was invented in one of our buildings. Nowadays, you put a dollar bill in, you get change right away. That was invented in one of our buildings there too. You put a dollar bill in, you get 4 quarters. We used to pick cherries down in, I think it was Cupertino or someplace like that. Best Bing cherries in the world. And nowadays, they don't raise cherries, but they build apples, because Apple Computer built their circular building on the cherry farm we used to go. We didn't own the cherry farm, but we went down there. But we saw all these things come together. My father had a friend by the name of Taylor Peary, and my father took him. I met Taylor one time, and he took him through some of our buildings and things like that. And he had a lot of money, and so he was able to make some investments. And he had a son named Dick Peary. Taylor Peary became a billionaire, and he said my father taught him all that he knows about real estate, and he became a billionaire based on my father's advice. He had little garages there, and there was a garage that he had that he rented out to a mechanic. And he came down with some very serious illness one time, and he couldn't work at all for at least 6 months. My father empathized with him and didn't even think about kicking him out, and didn't never make him pay any rent or anything like that, because my father really did love and respect people like that. We always want to make sure that everybody came out with a good deal. And my father was very especially. He always was fair-minded, and he wanted to make sure that everybody got something fair out of any kind of a project he went. And that was instilled in me also, and it's been instilled in you guys. His mother, Ada Clevenger, had graduated from Defiance College back in the 1800s. And most women didn't go to college back in those days, but the Clevengers were a fairly prominent family. When he got a job, he was staying for a short time at the YMCA, and the YMCA had a college there called Golden Gate College, and Golden Gate College of the Law. Now it's Golden Gate University, but it was strictly a law school that was sponsored by YMCA, so he could really afford to do something like that. and he got his law degree. And I think education is extremely important. All of my children and grandchildren graduated from college. My mother she was a phenomenal person. She was a Cal graduate, and my children want their children to have a good education.
Dad, I saw you very engaged with your dad. I saw Grandpa very engaged, and an understanding of the legacy and the importance. And my early memories were of you really adding to that tradition and that heritage and that legacy, that contribution that you made along the way. The values that you speak of right now, humility, understanding the value of education, the idea of sacrifice, the idea of building something greater, and leaving a legacy. Those are all values that you spoke to, that you instilled in this company, and that really are a very critical part of the company today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your constant support of the family.
Mahalo.
Thank you.
Love you, Grandpa.
Thank you.
Hey, David, love you so much. Thank you for all that you do.
Hey, Grandpa, I love you.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you, Grandpa.
We love you, Grandpa.
We love you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad. Love you.
Hey, Grandpa, we love you. Thanks for all you do.
Love you, Grandpa.
I love you, Grandpa.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contributions to the company, but also thank you for allowing me to participate with you over the past 30 years or so.